So I'm not going to waste a lot of time here because I've already had my office shut down here. Out of love, the front desk attendant who's been staring at the window there is just like, oh my God, what's this guy do? He's got a laptop floating in the goddamn hot tub, and he's got all this paperwork and pens and all this stuff. And this is not my own hot tub, so I have to acknowledge some of the rules. And you know what I have to say about rules? Fuck you in the house they wrote in on, or horse. But in most of the time, it is the house, aka the courts. So, fuck you and your rules. It's kind of like playing poker in a casino. When my hand crosses that line because of whatever, fuck you when you call me on that. You know what I mean? You want to play poker? Come to my garage. Or let's go play poker outside. We play poker outside under Source or Spirit or the World Stars rules. Because when I cheat, he knows, or she knows, whatever you want to call it, I say it. When I cheat, there's a cheat. When there's no cheat, there ain't no cheat. But yeah, he wanted to get my laptop out of there, and he just said, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't plugged in. I don't want you to die. And I said, thank you. It's not plugged in, but I'm gonna take it out. I was just using it for a prop to teach you that anything's possible. But this letter is to a gentleman who I would refer to as Big Joe, even though his name is Kyle. Dear Kyle, I want to thank you. I've done some really, really hard shit. I've done things my entire life that so many have said are impossible. And I'm not even going to begin to list them. And to be quite honest, if I stated most of them, I'd either lose my credibility with you or I'd have to spend the next 2 weeks digging up the proof to back my claims. I'm not going to go to that direction for my respect towards what I refer to as the most valuable yet unappreciated, equally distributed asset of mankind, that of time. So with respect for yours, just as much, if not more, than I have for mine, I will cut straight to the point. On May 19th, 2019, at approximately 11:11 in the morning, and the only reason I say approximately is because I don't know the seconds, I was meditating just down the road from where you are currently squatting. More specifically, I was at Gyro Beach, and 740 Sortie Road should be referred to as heaven, for that is what I felt, and that is what I named the not yet licensed bed and breakfast. The same passive income generating part of the property that I offered our mutual acquaintance of introduction, Jamie B., the opportunity to run as a site manager. What a history that little piece of heaven has. From my first tenant or guest, Julia, I believe heaven could not have been a more appropriate name. You see, she was the wife, now ex-wife, of the realtor that sold us that property and our first guest. And they were going through some things, and she had to come to Kelowna, and when she spent the night and called us and asked if she could stay if our bed and breakfast was ready, and she asked us how much we would charge her, the answer was, and always will be, nothing for you, my friend. So she spent one night. And what I found in the next morning cleaning the suite was a blue Post-it note that said, thank you, Julia. I had it framed, and it hasn't left the wall of my heart or the wall of that house since. It is my hopes that it never will. Perhaps my biggest mistake to Julia was saying the words, what's it worth? Or replying to the question, what's it worth, and saying nothing. For a lesson that I've always believed in is that you get what you pay for, and anything easy is probably not worth doing. So I may have been better off to suggest the nightly bill to be $1 million and payable to me on the condition that both you and my wife, Kiki, live to be 140 years of age, or some other rather seemingly impossible condition like that. Now, it is just a guess, but by valuing an experience in heaven at nothing, I've had to deal with the consequences of my oversight. You see, from the elderly woman who I moved from Sycamoose to be closer to her grandchildren, all the way to you, Big Joe, I have yet to receive $1's worth of rent for those I've allowed to stay there. Now I know you feel differently, and I think it is best to agree to disagree, that I don't consider you giving me a ball of cocaine or the odd hoot here and there to be money. You see, where I grew up, I showed up to those that allowed me on their property or in their house with at least a case of beer. Sometimes it was a $3,000 bottle of sake, or a pound of weed, or a zip of coke. But those items were gestures of thanks and carried no monetary value or made no representation of a value exchange transaction. And in my opinion, which is the same as my asshole, for we all have one or two of each, you have not paid a lick of fuck all to justify your presence on my property. And again, I'm all right to disagree or agree on this perspective, but that is not the point. The point that I want to tell you is how disappointed I am in the amount of items that you have stolen from my house. Some of those things were my kids, some of those things were my wife's, and some of those things were my late father's. But they are all just things. And the point of this letter is to tell you thank you. So this is the hardest thank you and love you letter that I have ever given. You are my brother from another mother. And that is the vision of my greatest accomplishment. Why? Because I'm sitting here this November 19th at just before noon, writing to you out of complete love. And that's hard, man. That's real fucking hard, brother. So I want to move on to a point of positivity in our relationship, because the love that I have for you is hard and I don't want to fucking deal with it right now. But you can take it or leave it. But the last time I saw you, you had that real ugly color of skin. I noted those meth-like scabs on your face, and by and large, you looked like what I call the Walking Dead. Please find an alternative way to live or stop living. Death is not something to be scared of. It is equal to birth. Yet you need to alter the way you live your life. And to be honest, my brother, I would be 90% confident that you have an untreated mental health condition. As well, you've yet to come to closure with the loss of your father at a young age. Now, I'm the one that took the first move to say, see ya, for I hate the words goodbye. But I know you will have love in your heart for me sometime. Maybe not soon, maybe not in this lifetime. But I want you to know that I consider you and I to be identical. For you and I, if we died in a war on my front lawn, yes, on my front lawn, I would venture to guess that in 5,000 years, no one would be able to identify a single difference between the group of cells that make up you and those that made up me. We are one. That said, I'd like to offer you some perspectives for improvement based upon my observations. Number one, stop beating women, motherfucker. Number two, stop fucking stealing. You ain't no Robin Hood, motherfucker. And number three, don't fuck with the innocent. You motherfucker. I don't know if I spoke too fast for you right there. Perhaps you don't like that language. So pick one and say it in any motherfucking language and join any motherfucking organized crime unit that you decide to do. But there are 3 rules that will stand the test of time. No women, no children, no innocent. Figure that fucking shit out, you dumb motherfucker, before somebody kills you. Now, the above are based upon the bare minimum, in my opinion. And there's a few add-ons that you may consider seeking to further improve your life. And these have no guarantee of being effective. But you may consider counseling. And I know that the whole system is rather ineffective and inefficient. Fuck, man. I used to work as a psych ward nurse with way more fucked up individuals than yourself. Trust me. I know the system is a square hole, and you are a round peg. But here's what I can tell you. You are your own system. Start off with journaling. So you need to identify your own patterns and your own triggers. And if you do seek or need medical assistance, once your journal has captured enough honest data, it may be helpful. You should also try to align with the sunlight and align with the earth. Just walk a few times in the day in the motherfucking sunlight. Maybe even take your shoes off and let your feet touch the ground. And just be. And please find gratitude. You know, even if you end up in jail, or with HIV, or liver failure, or any other rather likely outcome based upon the culmination of your repeated behaviors, please start practicing gratitude. And by practicing gratitude, I mean to write gratitude statements down in your daily journal. No matter how bad it gets. Here's the one that I use. And trust me, since meeting you, I've never used it more. And what I write 10 times in the morning is, I am grateful for that last breath. Now sometimes, since meeting you, I go through those 10 sentences twice a day or 20 times a day. It really depends on how much I think about you and how much I have let you impact me and my family. And right now, I don't know if you're saying thank you to me yet or not, but I will preemptively say you're welcome. You are welcome for that last breath, motherfucker. Because the only reason that you had it is because I chose to let you have it. But now it is up to you to make that same choice. Good luck with your move. Good luck with the changes in your life. I would prefer not to help you any longer. And if you can make some life changes, perhaps I will find the capacity to help you. I apologize. I mean desire, not capacity. I hate to say the word should, but you should make some adjustments to your life. And that is just my opinion. Best of luck. With love. Thank you for an experience I wouldn't wish upon any other soul. But that is what I am here for. I sell hope. I sell hope by proving I can do impossible things. And loving you has been a challenge. And today, I kick that fucking challenge in the teeth and I win. With love, Akai. The Church of Now. Our future is what we see. Now go write your own damn motherfucking Bible.